Alright, how's it going, guys? We are back here in 248K, and our rocket has just taken off. We got another one building up here. I had a bit of an issue with materials. I've been working on that. You can see we're up to the sulfur fusion. We've already got the iron and the copper done. We just got those two. We just got the copper one done. The iron was done before that. And we'll take a look at these later because for doing them, we need the Stargate. That's what this iron and copper over here is for. But for that, we need the Star Engine. Stargate, whatever. It's called a Star Engine. So we need to get this thing built before we can do any of that. And it's going to take these cooling units and these heating units to make. So we're going to be messing with that here shortly. It's also going to take a lot of power from what it says here. So this is probably why we're going to end up making a tokamak. It says its max consumption is 1 gigawatt of power. We are currently producing 4 gigawatts of power. So it's going to take a quarter of what we're already producing. And I'm guessing we're not going to be able to handle that. We're doing 1.4 gigawatt just out of our big turbines and 2.1 out of our steam turbines. This would be our nuclear. This would be our fusion for the most part. So it probably shouldn't be too terrible to do, but I want to make sure. So I think I'm going to take a look at getting the tokamak built before that. I did a little bit of work. Oh, let me turn this pollution off. It's ugly. I did a bit of work with the railroad here. I kept having things getting stuck. So I did this, and hopefully this is going to make it a bit better. I still have things like this where this guy is stuck sitting here because he's trying to go to this iron drop-off, which doesn't exist right now. And I don't really know how to get him to continue towards them when I turn them off. I don't know if there is a way to do that. Like, this guy is now sitting here because that one was on long enough for him to get there, but now he's going to be stuck there. Yeah, they'll be fine down there. We did completely empty out the copper that was here. I went ahead and cleaned it out and put some radars up here along with cleaning this up with some landfill so it's a little bit easier to get everything, and put in a artillery turret here to blast these guys back a bit. I also noticed that we've got this nice 12 mil iron over here that I'll probably be hitting soon because we are probably going to need it. Oh, I also have, let me find the right spot here, put in a second set. This is for light oil, since we're producing light oil down here in these when they have power. I don't know how I broke that. I'll have to check on that. But when we have light fuel and we need it, we can make rocket fuel here, because that was where my rocket was held up on things, was having enough rocket fuel, because I was using kerosene and we never had enough kerosene. I think the low point now is for the controllers, which you can see I have this. I have redone this completely. It was up here. I moved it down here and made it twice as big. And I will probably end up mirroring this below it when I decide that I need even more of them. But currently this is doing pretty decent. I have all Ki2 beacons on 4 speeds, working on each one of them, and each one of them have 4 productivity 3s in them. And it's keeping up pretty good. That's to go along with the ones that we still have over here, which these are the ones getting used mainly right now. I probably should take this area out, although it's very similar to what I have over there. It's got the productivity modules in it. I do need to put speed modules in these. That would help speed this up a bit, because you'll notice that's one thing that I have on these over here that I worked out, was if you have 4 speeds inside the machines here, it's fast enough to keep up with these with 4 productivities and 4 speeds. So I probably should do that over there. And as of right now, our blues are running pretty well. It's keeping up with our production. I may end up having to put in some more of them, and you can see that our greens are having some issues getting all the way down here. We definitely don't have the belts are just not fast enough to get them all the way down through there. Even if I made this blue belt all the way down, there's just not enough left. And the belt is already almost completely full, so even if I joined this one to that one, it wouldn't really work. What I would probably have to do is send some of them from this end back around, but once this end is working, that's not going to do anything, and eventually it will kick on. So I probably should cut these last 3 off of here and just do another one down below, which if I need more blue circuits, that is what I will do. But I also had an issue that I had this one set for the pink rather than the blue. So this one brings in the deep space and uses the compact space. This one needs the deep space and gives us the deep space ore, which you can see we have 500 of currently, which is what we're going to be using today. So I changed this around and it's now looking at this box that if it doesn't have deep space data cards, it inputs that satellite in, which we are just about ready to have another one. And one rocket just took off right before I hit the button, and we are just about 9 minutes in. So in roughly 10 minutes, we shoot off a rocket. Honestly, for me, that's amazing. I don't think I've ever gotten rockets shooting off that quickly. I know it's nothing. I've seen people do it like 1 every minute from one silo. But for me, this is pretty amazing. And so I think everything is working well now. We will see how it keeps up. But for today, we need a purifier, because we need to make these structural exotic matter. And to do that, we need deep space ore and hydrofluoric acid. But it needs 1K of hydrofluoric acid, and that makes you 1 matter up and 1 matter down. So We're going to be going through a lot of hydrofluoric acid. I will probably have to do a bit of revamp of my hydrofluoric acid processing production area. But let's go ahead, and I'm just going to copy, if I hit the right button, this. And honestly, I want to put this up here somewhere because we already have our hydrofluoric acid up here. I'm guessing somewhere around here wouldn't be a bad idea. And actually, let's copy this one. This, actually, you know what? Let me take my butt up here. Because now I'm thinking about, we don't use this one. This one was put in for us to do stone to get these mystery crystals, and we've never used it. So I'm going to go ahead and just tear this part out. And we're going to use this for this new one that we need to do. Alright, so let's empty this out. And we're going to change this to this one. And that'll give us our ups and our downs. It already has the fluid in there. Which means we can take out both of those because they're not needed anymore. And honestly, if this gets in the way, we can just put it in and move it down here, which we might end up doing. But for right now, we're just going to put in a requester chest here. And we're going to request our deep space ore from its buffer. Put that in. And that will make us our structures, which we will then have come out onto this belt. And then we need to look at what we're using them for, and if we need to actually split these into two different things or not. But for the moment, we're just going to put them into, well, honestly, why do I even put the belt there? Let's just do that, and they can place them right into the buffer chest. That'll give us our ups and our downs. Like I said, I'll have to check on the hydrofluoric acid, make sure we have enough to do this. We can only put speed modules or efficiency modules in here. And honestly, I'm not going to worry about putting any modules in for the moment. But this is actually what's going to unlock our ability to make our K1, our Ki3 core, because we need 10 of the whites and 10 of the blacks, so we can go to the next core. We also need it to make the exotic science pack. We need one of each of them along with fusion tech to make the exotic pack. Don't know what that is. This allows you to turn one white into 9 whites and a black. I'm not quite sure why you would need to do so. That is combined stuff. So that is what we needed this for, was getting our Ki3 core done. And I was looking, I had told you guys a while back that I wanted to get that new Ki3 tech done. And this is going to be the next thing we work on. We need this Ki3 energy, which needs the exotic space pack, which we just unlocked by being able to get this white and black. And so we're going to go ahead and get this started, because we're going to need this for some of our science stuff, like our future train one here requires 100 of each of these, or one of each of these for 100 seconds, units of time, whatever it is, and 200. So we're going to need 200 of each of these for like 2,000 minutes, 20,000 minutes. That's somehow how math works. So we're going to need it for that. And we will also need it when we get past this fusion stuff. We're going to start needing it for our exotic matter stage. So we're going to need lots and lots of these. So this is why I was saying we may end up needing to set up multiple of these rocket silos. But I like the idea of using just one of them. For the moment, I really like the red wire logic that I had to set up to get this going. And I will probably do something similar if I set up a second one, which before I set up a second one, I'll just put some of these next to it and just have them speed this one up, because I think it works really well that way, so that the rocket silo is not sitting there dormant, not doing anything, or having to do it like we do normal machines where you make 6 of the stage 1 to make 3 of the next stage to make 1 of the last stage. I can just have, say, 4 of them doing all the things. I kind of like the way that works for this, at least. Alright, so let's go ahead and start making this science here. So we need this, which is going to need 1 of each of those. And then we can go ahead and put in a requester chest here. Yes, we're going to have to put a pole over here, and then we can just put our fusion tech there. And yeah, we don't need 10,000 of them. 100 will do, thank you. And that will make our next science, which then we can just output into a buffer chest as well. So there we go, and we get 200 of them for every one of these recipes. So holy crap, I didn't even notice that. That is a lot of them for one. So that is definitely going to keep us. We need to turn this off when we get a specific number. Let's say 1,000 of them. So we'll set that, and we'll just tell this 1,000. So once it has 1,000 of them in there, it will stop, which we are already at. It'll stop here in just a minute once it gets them transferred over. So then we'll have our white and our blacks that we need for other things, and we'll have a nice little buffer of 1,000 of these exotic science packs just sitting here waiting for us. And then when we actually need them for science, we will do the same thing down here, just by putting on this one to give us, we'll say 1K of these, and then that will keep that'll get those down here. So now our machine will take back off, and we just ran another one at 19 minutes, so that's another approximately 10 minutes that we're launching rockets right now. That is awesome to see. I'm loving it. Alright, so next time we will start on the KI3 core and check that thing out. and see if we can get this KI3 tech made. So once we get done with all of our fusion stuff, we can start on the KI3 Efficiency 1, the KI2 Efficiency 3, and the KIX1, which is actually going to need the science that we just did, the red ones and the yellow ones with a whole bunch of the regular ones. That one's going to take a lot. But the reason why I didn't do this one yet is because I need this one to go with it, and it needs those yellow ones. So we'll do these two together, and then we can start on the KI3 Efficiency 1, and I'm sure we're going to get the other efficiency that goes with it, because there's two different ones. Let's look down here. One's left to do. I went way too far. There they are. KI3 Efficiency 2, KI3 Efficiency 3, and then we have a lot of beacon support, 2, 3, and max. And then we also have the X2 left to do as well. So this is all we have left for science things that have not been done. We are getting through this pretty well. And I'm guessing that once we set up a KI3 beacon, it's also going to need a lot more power. So we're definitely going to look into setting up that tokamak soon. One other thing that I did do is I finally turned off the steam pipe coming from our small little reactor over here. Yes, I still have not decommissioned this little guy. He's still doing the work over here. But I'm going to finally get all of this steam out of here, steam pipes out of here that I never wanted to have in the first place, honestly. Finally decommissioning that original water powered thing. You can see we still have 10 of them, but they're not really doing anything because they don't put out enough power. I'll go ahead and pull all of this out of here later. Another thing I did was I put speed modules in here so we can start making deuterium faster. I'm quite sure once we set up a tokamak, we're going to need to set up a few more of these. So we'll be back at looking at this quite soon, but we're still not even using the 233 yet. We're just running off of the thorium because we have so much of it. And then maybe we will actually start setting up using those to make tritium as well. This is my one lone little steam engine here that runs just to burn off my excess wood. That's the only reason why he's here, and I'm probably going to leave all of that there. I'm just getting rid of the this pipe right here that, and this tank. This is the only thing I'm actually pulling out at the moment, because as you can see, it is that tank was actually full up until not too long ago, so it is still pulling steam out of there occasionally, just not very much. So once this all runs down, then I'll get rid of it, but for right now it's going to stay there. And that is going to be it for today. I will start looking at getting this KI3 core done for next time, and probably the tokamak after that. And then we should be able to start making our star engine after that. So some really big builds coming in the next few weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys next time. take it easy. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you next time.